And I say that because it's now changed. The district policy is saying they changed it so that we can only tour every other year. And when I say that, I should preface that by saying 400 and something miles, right? So basically, we can't leave the state of Utah 2 years in a row. So we thought that it would be best to do tour this year, because if I was a junior last year and I didn't go on tour because I wanted to go on tour my senior year, and then I all of a sudden got news that I couldn't go on tour, I'd be pretty mad. So we're making this a touring year, but we need everybody to understand that that means that next year there will be no tour. If there is some sort of trip, it would be local, like maybe a Lagoon Day or a clinic up at USU or down at Provo or at most Dixie, right? For juniors and seniors, this is your big trip year. And so if you want to go, and we would love for you to go, we hope you're planning on going, this is the year to do that. We're planning on doing Anaheim, doing Disneyland. That usually entails doing workshops behind in the studio lot at Disneyland with professionals. Students get an opportunity to record music, learn and record music from a track, from a scene from a movie or the opening sequence to da 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 da, you know. And then they get to see them or hear themselves, their performance queued up to the track, which is really awesome. So it gives them that experience of a recording artist, what that looks like, and working with a professional in that setting. We usually try to do a workshop with a professional. Last time we were in that area, we did University of Southern California with some professors down there, master students down there. We would love to do something like that again. And then there's the festival that we do there where we compete with all the other music groups that go down for that weekend from all over the country. And there's a big party afterwards, an award ceremony, and it's just really an awesome trip with a lot of real world, what does music look like as a profession being shown throughout the park, which many of you have seen by going down to Disneyland. That would be the only park that we plan on going to and spending time there. We expect to bus, because it's always cheaper to bus, especially with instruments. That usually looks like, I mean, the last two tours we've done, we've been right at about the 700 mark. Disneyland tickets do cost more than your usual entertainment, so we think that it will probably be a little more than that. We for sure can't spend more than $12.50 on the trip, but we think that realistically it'd be probably somewhere around $9, depending on how many people go and what the busing situation looks like. And that will really dive into deep when we do a tour parent meeting, either December time is when we probably can do that, or January. We would love for all of you to go. This is a great way. Trina is going to talk to you about how that can be a reality for you. And one last thing that I'd like to say is that with the new legislation that's going on, which is restricting how often we get to do big expenses like this, because the legislative session has decided that fee waiver students should be able to participate in everything, not even if it's, we used to be like, it's an optional thing, but now it's like any opportunity a fee waiver student gets to do, which means that cost needs to be covered now, which some school districts are thinking about not letting out-of-state tour happen at all. Ours is not doing that, thankfully. Other districts are making their programs pay for those students. So that means that fundraisers are not an individual effort, they're a program effort to bring the cost down for everybody. The district hasn't mandated that for us yet, but it could be a possibility. So this could be the last year that we're allowed to do fundraisers for the individual. So it could be a really important year for you as a student if you're trying to save money for the future also. Go for it.
And I think Dan kind of touched on this, but because of some new district regulations as well, we actually cannot completely submit and have paperwork approved until within a certain window. Why they chose to do that, I'm not entirely sure. But if you are even remotely considering, I would recommend planning now. We can give you a pretty good idea of the fee structure that we'll expect. And then once we have that tour meeting, we'll know pretty darn close to what we should expect. I also want to answer another really common question I get for the band kids and orchestra kids in particular. Orchestra, concert band, and symphonic band are all invited. If I have the ability to do a jazz band and percussion ensemble, I also usually let them perform as well. So if you're kind of figuring out how is my student going to be involved, the last 3 years since I've been here, we've been able to take at least a concert band and orchestra. Last year we added jazz band. This year I'm hopeful we can add percussion ensemble. So it really just depends on who ends up opting to go. So hopefully that answers some questions some of you might have had.
Honestly, the more people that go on tour, the better our groups do. It's just factual. When there's 11 girls singing on stage for Dolce, it's hard to cover mistakes. And just it's easier when you have 20 girls on stage singing bigger and making a better sound. Same thing goes with Madrigal, same thing goes with, I'm sure, concert band and orchestra, right? So we really would love everybody to go. But I mean, we can't, there's only so much Michaela and I can do for you, but we're trying to give you as many opportunities as we can.
And speaking of those, I just want to preface this. This is a really great way, as Dan said, to earn individual money for tour. On my website for the instrumental kids under fundraisers, you can also find a sponsorship letter. I highly encourage your students to take advantage of that, as well as we will probably be doing like a cookie dough sale. But this, like I said, is a great opportunity. They're very generous to come and meet with us in the evening, so please take advantage of it, because it is, as somebody who was able to go on tour as a student because I fundraised, it's an experience I was really grateful for. So
I think we'll do questions at the end. If you have a question, please come and talk to either of us, or we'll open it up for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get it going. Thanks, Trina.
Thank you guys. I actually want to start out by having you guys applaud them really quick. I just think that you guys have a really awesome music program, and you have directors who do so much for you, and so every once in a while I like to make sure they get a little bit of applause too. Like you said, this is the Mattress fundraiser, and I know that it sounds like a crazy idea. I have already talked to your students, so you might have had them come home and say, hey, we're selling mattresses, and you thought, no you're not, right? You thought that's completely crazy. So I do just like to preface that I do know that it sounds weird. And in fact, I told the kids this, but this is my parents' business. We kind of have a little family business, and we have a couple stores in Idaho. And one day my dad came home and said, all right, we're closing down the stores. I want to give back to the community, and we're going to start selling mattresses in high schools. And I thought, oh, no, we're not. I thought he was crazy, and we were going to put him in a home, and it was over. But I was adding up the numbers the other day, and we actually will hit, my parents have done this for 8 years. I've done this full-time now for a year with them. We will hit $1 million that we've helped raise for schools in the last 8 years. We'll hit that by the end of this month. So to me, that's pretty awesome. So the way that this works is that we are not asking your students to go door to door with a mattress on their back. They're not asking people what size they want. From this point on, we're hiring you as our advertising force. So the first step of that is I need you to text into this phone number right here, 484848. It's just like remind.com, and I promise that with this, we're not selling your information or anything. You'll actually get 2 texts immediately tonight, 2 more leading up to the sale, which is on September 7th, and then you'll never hear from us again. So this is really a tool for you to help you be able to spread the word. Now, if you don't have your phone with you today, it is also written on this paper that was in your packet. It's kind of right in that first little box. But, so if you've got people that aren't here that would like to text into that, then we can do that. With this, I also really like our pillows, so I brought one to give away today. So for someone who joins our Facebook event, the first text has a link to our Facebook event. If you click on that and join the Brighton Facebook event, please invite your friends. That's one of the first ways that you can spread the word. And then the second text will have a digital coupon on it. So once you've texted into that, you can start forwarding that out to adults. I say adults because your kids' friends are not buying mattresses, your friends are, right? And I do also want to preface this with, we don't want you to come in and buy a mattress if you don't need one. Please do not, this is not a guilt purchase, and that's one of the reasons why I like this. I'm a parent, I've got 4 boys, and I hate fundraising. I do it as a job now, but I hate going out and selling something that I know is more than people could get it somewhere else for. And so that's one of the reasons that I like this, is that you are saving money. We're able to offer a lower price because we don't have a big fancy showroom. We don't have any stores anymore, we just do this. And so we're able to lower those costs, and it is a cheaper mattress. It's a high quality mattress for a less price. So you're actually able to help people save money. You guys are hitting kind of a sweet spot right now because Labor Day weekend is this weekend. A lot of people go shopping for mattresses. So if you start spreading the word now, you'll let them know, and they might go look over the weekend, but they'll wait till the event. So definitely start getting the word out now. You would hate to talk to somebody next week and have them say, oh crap, I just bought one over the weekend, okay? So start getting the word out now. But this is kind of the first step for you guys to help spread the word. It used to be that we just gave you these packets, and your students will have already received these packets on Monday. But if your students are like my student, I don't get anything from my high schooler ever. So that's the reason we pass them back out again to you guys. If you don't need one, you can drop it in the box on your way out. But this is really kind of your little toolkit. So the first one is just a poster. You can cut these little pull tabs and put your name on the back, and then actually put your student's name on the back. People can pull that tab and bring it in for a $50 off coupon. Most importantly, you guys are going to want to know this kind of stuff. The first page talks about price ranges and the brands that we carry, and we do financing and layaway and delivery, everything like a normal store. So all of that is on this first page. And at the very bottom is my mom's phone number. Your teachers are awesome and they know a lot about music, but they probably don't know a lot about mattresses. So if you have any questions about the Mattress Fundraiser or about what we do, call that number at the bottom. Don't bug your teachers about that. This other side is kind of your steps on what you need to do. So who are the people that you need to talk to? You need to talk to your friends and your family and your neighbors and your coworkers and people you go to church with. Really, any of those people are who you would want to talk to, but 90% of the sales from this will come from a referral, from someone that you personally talked to or texted or invited on Facebook. Now, Facebook is a great way to get the word out, but I don't think that it's going to be like your full money maker. It's a great way to remind people because it has little event reminders, but you do need to actually talk to people. So, forward the text that you receive. Like I said, that first one has a $50 off coupon in it. So these flyers that are in your packet, these are, and then they printed them this time, they put the slip sheet on the top. These are actually $50 off coupons, and you just put your student name down in the pocket, down in that little box there. This is how we track who did the advertising, who spread the word, okay? So when someone comes in, the first thing we ask them is, how did you find out about the fundraiser? And we ask that as much as we can to try to track it as well. But if they come in with your student's name on this, then it's a lot easier for us to make sure that we get the right student and everything like that. So this is the best way for you to get credit, is to have someone come in with one of these coupons. And the way that you make money, which is probably the most important question, is like this. I kind of wrote it out because I feel like it's kind of confusing because we pay for in 4 different ways. The first one is if someone comes in and says your student's name, actually even if they come in without saying a student name, they come in because the kids were out holding signs on the corner, we pay this amount no matter what to your group. If they say your student name, then it goes to your student. So the first one is based on the size of the mattress. So if they buy a twin size mattress, then it's $50 for you guys. If it's a full size mattress, you get $75. If it's a queen mattress, you get $100. And if it's a king mattress, you get $125. And the nice thing for me, I think, is that I'm also a salesperson on the day of, and I'm not a salesperson. And I love that this means that I don't have to push a more expensive mattress on someone. I'm really there to help people find what they want, what's going to fit best for them, because we pay out regardless either way, whether it's the cheapest one or the most expensive one. So that's kind of, I guess, rest assured that people are not going to be high pressure sale or anything like that. The second one is a referral bonus. This is kind of an extra added bonus for students who've actually gone out and done the work. So if someone does come in with one of those coupons that has your student's name on it, your student gets this first amount, but they also get this second amount, which is $25 for the first mattress, $25 for the second, 50 for the third, 50 for the fourth, and 150 for the fifth mattress. So if you add that up, it's $400 for 5 mattresses. Now if they had 5 queens, that would be $500. Plus the $400 from this adds to $900, and that covers your tour. Really, it is possible to do. I know that some people think, well, I don't know 5 people that need a mattress. You really never know. It's not something we talk about. Do you talk to your friends about how their mattress feels? I don't, and I sell mattresses. So the best way to do this is just to send that text. If you look at the text, it says, thanks for supporting the Brighton High School Mattress Sale Fundraiser. Great mattresses at great prices. 25 different models set up at the high school on September 7th from 10 to 5. Trying to remember. Show this text for an additional $50 off your mattress purchase and mention my student name. Nothing in that says, please come buy a mattress. Nothing in there is begging people or trying to sell it. It's just advertising. It's just telling people about the sale. But with that, when again, you might say, well, I don't know anybody that needs a mattress. 10% of our population in Utah will buy a mattress this year. So that's 300,000 mattresses that will be purchased this year. And we're just looking for 50 to 80 is what we would like to sell with you guys. And I'll talk about why those numbers on the next one. But with that, that means that you might not even know it, but there are people that you know that need a mattress, and I can guarantee there are people in this room who need a mattress either for themselves, or for their child, or for their guest room, or somebody in their household needs one. In Utah, we have a little bit of bigger households, and so it's actually about 50% of households need a new mattress. This next one is what we pay to the group. If you hit 25 mattresses, then there's a bonus. If you hit 30 mattresses, there's a bonus. The reason I mentioned 50 is that if you hit 50 mattresses, it's a $2,000 bonus, and if it's 75 mattresses, it's a $5,000 bonus. And we would love to be able to pay that extra to you guys. That would be used to lower overall tour costs for everyone, or it could even be used for as you move with the school being rebuilt and everything. If there's something that they don't give you, they can use that as a program to get that. So that would be awesome if we could do that with you guys. And in the past, you guys have done, and I didn't look up the numbers beforehand. Do you remember how many you guys have done in the past?
I want to say it was in the 40s.
I was gonna say, I think you almost hit the 50 mark. It was like 45 or something like that. So, but that's the thing. When you hit 45 before, only about 10% of the actual student population was involved. So if even just everyone in this room sold one mattress, you'd hit 60. We counted how many adults were in here, and there were just over 60. 70, look at that. So thank you, latecomers. So, okay. So one of the reasons why we count how many of you are here, and they probably put this in the text, is that we actually will pay the group $5 for every adult that's here tonight. And the reason for that is, again, we're hiring you as our advertising staff, and nobody's going to come to the sale if nobody knows about it, and you're not going to tell anybody if you don't understand what we're doing. And so it's really important to us that we get adults in here to understand what we're doing. The last one that's on here is accessories. So what if somebody says they don't need a mattress? That's okay. In fact, that's totally common sometimes. But with that, if they don't need a mattress, they probably need a pillow. How many of us are on a really old pillow that's got stains all over it, right? That happens a lot. People will say that. And when you think about it, all those same stains are in your mattress. I can tell you all kinds of gross things. Anyway, accessories, sheets, pillows, mattress protectors. Mattress protectors keep that gross stuff from getting into your mattress. All of these things, your student makes $15 on any accessory sold. So even if you have someone that says, I don't need a mattress, you can say that's okay. We're also selling sheets, pillows, and mattress protectors, and students make $15. A lot of times people will want to come and see the sheets at the day of the sale, and then they'll see the mattresses and end up buying a mattress. So it's a great way to talk to people about it. In fact, if your student is interested, we do also have a sheet fundraiser where they would go door to door with this, just like the cookie dough. This form has the colors on it and the sizes, but it's a little hard to print fabric colors onto a piece of paper, so that's why sometimes we recommend people come to the sale to look at it. Benefit of doing it this way is they don't have to pay tax. If they come do it through us, we have to charge tax. So, but with this, your student just fills out the order form on the back. They collect the money goes to Brighton High School, turn it into the finance office, and then the whole form with their receipt goes to their teachers. So if you want to do this, this is a great way to talk to people and get the word out. A lot of times I tell students to take their sheet fundraiser paper and their flyers so that when they're talking to people, they can also hand them a flyer about the sale. So it's kind of a good icebreaker. If you want one of these, I didn't put one in every packet because that's not for everybody. I've got them over here on the way out. So does anybody have any questions for me? And I'll look up the Facebook thing.
if you're not, well, speaking for myself or someone I know, if you're not available that day, like I'm gonna be out of town, I need a mattress and an adjustable base. Like, so I'm a purchaser, but I can't be there that day. Is there an alternative way to
Yes,
purchase
that's
this
a
and have
great
it credit
question.
our program?
Yes, that's a great question. So you're hitting a good time again where we actually are doing 2 sales every single weekend through October, through the end of October. So last weekend we were in Orem, so that would have been a good one. But here's what happens with that. If you go to one of our other events and you say, I want this to go to Brighton, and you hand us a Brighton coupon, we still give the credit to Brighton. So if you have family that lives in Salt Lake, or I mean in South, like we've got, I said Orem, but that's far away for you. Taylorsville would be the next one that's closer. So we will be at Taylorsville the next weekend after this, September 14th. So that would be a great one. Right now we've got kind of South End, because I've got Salem Hills the same day as Taylorsville. The same day as you, we have Brighton and Pleasant Grove. That's why I was confused on the Orem thing. So Taylorsville's coming up, Salem Hills, we have Clearfield and Hillcrest, so Hillcrest would be another one that's close. So in September alone, you do have 2 other chances, so Taylorsville and Hillcrest, to come, shop, and still give credit to your school. So, and that's something you could tell people too. If they live far south and they don't want to come down this way, they could go to Pleasant Grove or Salem Hills. And as long as they say your student's name and Brighton, we give credit to you. So, and we will have people actually that will come to your sale for other schools, and we still give you credit too. So we actually kind of double up the credit for both schools that way. So that this amount, we actually give this to both schools, and then this one goes to just your student. So that's how it works. Any other questions? Yes.
So I'm in my sister's choir. If they put both of our names down on the coupon thing and they mention both of us, would we both get money, or would it be split?
So actually, the best way I would say to do that is put both of your names on the flyer, because if you sell 2 mattresses and she sells 2 mattresses, you both would, individually, you would only get 25 and 25, and she would only get 25 and 25. But if both of your names are on there and we know that you're siblings, we'll give the 25, 25, 50, 50. So you would make more if both student names are on the coupon. So if you have siblings in choir and band or whatever, that would be the best way to make a little extra money rather than having them compete against each other. So, great question. Any others? I had the event pulled up and now it's gone. Okay. While I hear him pull this up, I'll tell you a quick story, and then I know we want to go because the game starts soon. So we actually did this time for 6 o'clock so that you guys would make it in time. And I almost wore an Aggie shirt to show the true blue team. I'm from Logan. Okay. I know, right? Okay, so what I was just going to say is one time we did this in Lehigh with the volleyball team. They had a girl, I mean, just like a lot of the kids, they hear the story and they're like, they hear about this and they think it's crazy. So she took her whole packet, just threw it in the back seat of her car, didn't do anything about it. The day of the sale, we do ask the students to be here to help set up the showroom that morning, and they'll have sign-up sheets for that. And then we have students out holding signs on the corners, and we have them help take down the showroom at the end of the day. The more of you that are here, the more community it feels there, and people enjoy that. I really enjoy that. So with that, she got up at 8 a.m., she went to go to the school, and her neighbor saw her out in the neighborhood at 8 a.m. and thought, what's wrong? And asked her, why are you out at 8 a.m. on a Saturday? And she said, well, I have to go set up for some mattress thing. The neighbor said, really, mattresses, what is it? And the girl's like, I don't know, and just handed her the whole packet of flyers. Well, that lady had to buy beds and was going shopping to RC Willey that day for beds for her cabin, and she bought 12 mattresses. So you never know who is in the market for a mattress. The most that we've ever paid one student is $2,700, and it was a girl in Maple Mountain, and her dad needed to buy mattresses for like a fire station or something, so she sold 21 twins and 2 queens. So I know that's not common. You're not going to hit the jackpot every single time. But even if you just have 2 king mattresses, that's $250 plus the extra $50 for the other. So $300 with 2 king mattresses. That's your minimum that you would get. I really think that could be pretty easy. So let me hurry and call out Betsy Manos. Are you here?
She just left.
Oh! Sarah Hendrickson. Okay, and did you text into the texting thing? Okay, I got a pillow for you. Okay, so with this pillow, it is a side sleeper pillow, so hopefully you sleep on your side. It has a little shoulder cutout right there, and it's a gel foam memory foam. So, yeah. Thank you guys for coming. I know that it's not fun to take this out on student night. Did you still have something else for me? Okay.
One more question.
Yes, oh, sorry.
Are the mattresses warranted for how long?
They are all warranted, and they go anywhere from, like, the cheapest one has like a 3-year warranty, but all the way up to 10 to 12 years, and they're manufactured by the manufacturer, and we cover it as well. So if the manufacturer doesn't do something for you, we'll replace it. If the school isn't happy, they won't invite us back. So we do everything we can to keep you happy.
Awesome, thank you. I almost forgot this part. Oh, sorry. Okay.
We do have yard signs, sorry. So we do have these yard signs for your students, and I left them at home today. So I will bring them to the school tomorrow, and your students can bring them home. They have little stakes on them, and you can go put them in your yard, you can put them outside the school. This doesn't have your student's name on it, so this isn't how you're gonna make your money. This is a great reminder to people, okay? This is, you go talk to your neighbors, and then they see this in your yard and they remember to come, okay? But please take some of these, because we'll have about 90 of them for your students to take home, so.
And-
Sorry, Michaela.
And as a program, we're thinking of taking those signs and flipping
Oh,
them
yes,
around.
yes, is that
And
what
like
you're doing?
either purchasing vinyl or doing like a spray paint
My band
template
Brighton band student.
for like concerts and stuff like that, so you can advertise our concerts, stuff like that. So don't throw them away.
Yeah,
We
he's
have
still
plans
done.
for them.
Okay, crazy day. Thanks for again being here, guys. We appreciate you. Seriously, it's just so humbling to get to talk with a lot of you and meet a lot of you for the first time. For the day of, I'm sure she mentioned, we do need help. My students, particularly the band kids, have been hyping, wearing a mattress costume the day of. So what we need the day of in order to make this go smoothly is sign waivers. So those typically are students, people who are out there. I've told my drumline kids they can bring their equipment out and play as long as they take care of it and all of that stuff. So sign waivers are for students, but we could also really use some muscles, setting up and taking down. I've got signups here on the board. If you could, it would save us a lot of headache. The more hands, the easier it is for everybody. And like I said, my kids are fighting over who gets to wear the mattress. I don't know why, but that's pretty awesome in my book. So if you can, please come up and sign up before you leave today. We're up here to answer any questions you need. And again, thanks for being out. My student sitting presidency kids, if you could help put away chairs. This saves the jazz band a lot of trouble tomorrow at 6:30. Love y'all. All right. Thank you.